Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. September 28th is going down, man. Hopefully you guys can make it. Yeah, free food, free everything, man. We're gonna have a great time, man. And y'all already know when I do my videos at home what's gonna be there. I love my kings, man. I love y'all. Thank me later. Thank me motherfucking later. Alright, I'm back at the charging station. You know, I hate when Dre, you know, I think it kind of puts her in a compromising position to be at the fucking charging station for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So this is how I'm spending my Sunday morning. So let's talk, man. I got time. Terence Crawford said, if it was anyone else, you guys would see it in the screenshot before you start the video, that the fight would have been stopped. And I was thinking that. And then it got to the 8th round, and I said, you know what? They're not going to stop this fight. Because I was like, ooh, that was nasty. When I say that was a nasty cut, that was a nasty cut. And then I thought about Badou Jack versus Marcus Brown. I think that fight went 12 too. That fight went to decision too, and that was a nasty cut. He was losing blood, and you know what I mean. So and I even said to myself, man, because I was at that pay-per-view, right, Broner Pacquiao, and when they showed it on the screen, it was probably 17,000 people there. I don't know how many people were there. At least 70% of the people said, ooh, you know what I mean? It was kind of that atrocious. Tyson Fury's wasn't that bad, but it was cut twice. Now imagine if those cuts connect and you got a gash like that big, and that was the biggest fear. And Tyson Fury did a hell of a job doing that. But I agree with Terence Crawford. I agree. If that wasn't their quote unquote cash cow that they're paying, you know what I mean? They said it yesterday on the telecast that he has $100 million deal, and you know what I mean? It's just, you know, I'm gonna leave that up to them. You guys already know how I feel about that. And but I heard Bomac's interview with Sean, and he said something. He said, who's Tyson Fury? And Sean didn't get it. And then so I in my home, this is my opinion, this isn't my fact. And then Bomac kind of took his foot off the accelerator. He was like, yeah, he's cool, he's good, I was joking. However, I think if Sean would have said, so what do you mean by that? He went the other way and said, no, he's a good fighter, he's this. And then Bomac said, yeah, he's good. And I genuinely believe that ring entrance is that ring entrance was expensive, dog. You know the clearance you got to do to go through that, the people that got to put that shit together, and the man hours. That's all I'm saying. You know, that was the most elaborate ring entrance I've seen on Top Rank that I can remember. You know, I mean, it's past too, thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? You know, and some people call it a mockery. Some people say it's okay with the Mexican. But I say to my Mexican fans, my Mexican supporters, or any other, if you like it, I love it. You know, I'm not fighting your battles. I'll support. I'll make a video about it. But I'm not frontlining that when I got other issues, you know what I mean, that I absolutely admire and I believe I can see through to the finish. So, but yeah, Terence Crawford, I'm definitely with you on that. The fight should have been stopped. But obviously, if it gets stopped on a punch, he loses. And here's the catch of the whole fucking thing. You can tell how slanted it was, and there's nothing wrong with it. See, I'm not saying it's wrong, but just be upfront about it, right? When they was listening, when the producers heard that Davison didn't know and Tyson Fury didn't know that it was caused by a punch, they went and ran over to the corner and told them that it was caused by a punch, to let them know if the fight is stopped, you're gonna lose. And they wanted Tyson Fury and them to know, because Tyson Fury knew he was up on points. So if the fight got stopped, he was just saying, oh, I'll just win on points. But no. But anyways, man, it's neither here nor there. And I'll say this, Terence Crawford was Did more interviews this weekend that I've known. You know, my favorite interview with him was when Shakur Stevenson was doing an interview and he jumped in and they were talking about sparring and all that. Like, you like to see people in their natural state. You know, it's awfully cool to see people in their natural state. So, I'll say that. This time next year. Listen, Tyson Fury fought June something and September something. Terence Crawford fought April and December. Tyson Fury got 2 quicker dates than anyone on Top Rank. Is that confusing? To me it's confusing. Lomachenko fought... Shit, I had tickets to that fight. What date was that? August and February? It was a Friday night in LA. I know that much. And I didn't go. I didn't get the tickets and go. Shit. Damn, what was that? Anyways, I can't think of it right now, but it was what it was. I believe it was January and August. And Shakur Stevenson is fighting last month or June, whatever it is, and October, and Terence Crawford is fighting April and December. That's all I'm saying. Like, I think Terence Crawford is the best fighter on Top Rank. But you know, who am I? So, anyways, man, you guys have a splendid day. I'm with you, Terence Crawford. The fight would have been stopped if it was anyone else, if you guys don't believe me. But, you know, it's kind of like when there's a double team in the NBA and both people commit the foul, the all-star don't get the foul, the role player gets the foul. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you're in high school and best player got treated better than the role players, you know? So it's just par for course. I would hope that Terence Crawford would get the same leniency and every other fighter that's fighting for their life. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I'll say this too. I mean, people say that I'm hard on Terence Crawford, this and that. 1, 2, but I think if you want to make that money, you want to make that legacy money, you got to have a connection. And you got to be able to touch your core fan base and build out. You got to, like Errol Spence fighting stance. It starts with his base, his foundation. You know what I mean? Terence Crawford, you know, I genuinely believe that I don't care how many interviews you do, you have to have that connection with your core fan base. And I think it's essential. Hopefully his fight does well in New York. Is it pay-per-view? Is it going to be? No, it's not going to be pay-per-view, but I would have bought it. You know, I've never rooted. The funny thing is, y'all don't, I tell y'all this all the time, I've never rooted against Terence Crawford. I wasn't watching that Amir Khan fight like, man, I hope Terence Crawford get beat. Nah, I wasn't. Like, I wanted him to win. I want Terence Crawford to get his 8-figure payday. I want Errol Spence to get the 8-figure payday, and I want Errol Spence to go buy up all of DeSoto, Texas. Is it DeSoto? Or is it right, DeSoto? DeSoto, Texas, and I want Terence Bud Crawford to go buy up all the buildings on Terence Crawford Boulevard, Terence Crawford Avenue, and be wealthy and create generational wealth. And because somehow, some way, it comes back to me. You know what I mean? Whether it's 100 years from now and his great-grandson meets my great-grandson and they formulate business and they say, hey, you know what I mean? Well, my great-great-grandfather was in the box. Oh, my great-great-grandfather was the unified champion. And then they say, oh, Terence Crawford. Oh, yeah. And then they have a conversation 100 years from now that we'll never ever hear. So I believe in the butterfly effect. Everything matters. Everything happens. I know I done took this video somewhere else. But anyways, man, y'all have a splendid day. Barbershop conversations, man. This fucking charger is fucking disgusting right now. When I say disgusting, I mean disgusting. Oh, shit. How long is this shit gonna take? 2 hours. And because the whole charging station is fucking full, man. Look at this shit. So, anyhow, man. Oh, my gosh. Barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.